Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson have been going back and forth for quite some time, but now Davis is responding to Shakur's latest call-out. This is the matchup that so many fans want to see, and so many pros already have their pick for who they think will come out on top. Sean Porter believes that this is a match made in heaven, and he thinks that Shakur might have the ability to take Davis down. Sean stated, "When I look at the way both fighters box, I think it's a match made in heaven. It's the best fight in boxing to be made, and I think it'll happen next year. There's a specific recipe required, I believe, to beat Tank, and I honestly believe that Shakur has the gifts, the talent, the athleticism, everything within that recipe." Baba Room likes the possibility of the fight, but he's looking at the risks of setting it up before anything. Bob stated, "You can't extend yourself in a way where you're going to take a major hit just to do a fight that's really an appealing fight. It's not a question of not being ready to do Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson fight. We're not gamblers. We'll take risks, but we're not gamblers. To put up tremendous guarantees for that fight, to make a couple of dollars if you're lucky, and probably to lose considerable money, why do it? I'd rather buy a ticket and go watch the fight. The deal has to make sense. You can't ask us to take crazy risks where we can lose a lot of money and really make nothing if we're successful." Keyshawn Davis was asked about a potential fight, and he was hyped about the possibility.
Why do you think people say that Shakur Stevenson then is the next big thing in the sport?
For one, I really think the fans don't really see nobody beating Shakur. When people bring up him and Tank, when I see and I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is gonna destroy this guy and everybody is saying it. No, that shit be like real debates. Like, no, this Shakur, this, that. And then not only that, now you see Shakur moving up in weight, he's filling out, he's dropping this dude. He went crazy that last fight. That last fight was like kind of crazy. You go back and watch, that was crazy, you know, so Now I think people is getting another insight on Shakur, like, nah, this kid, he been kicking ass for a long ass time now. This kid probably really is the real deal. You feel what I'm saying? He getting his just due. At this point, I really think it's just about giving him that one example. That one real name, that one person that can go 100 miles per hour with him from round 1 to round 12. A new generation, new champion.
Jeff Mayweather sees this possible fight being Gervonta's cash cow and leads out. Jeff stated, "I think that's what Tank is going to do. He's going to cash out now because he's gotten to the point where he said, I'm not going to be fighting too much longer. You got a Shakur fight, a Devin fight, a Teofimo fight. You got Josh Taylor and a lot of guys that are still out there. The best fight for me is probably him and Shakur. That's a fight where you're going to be sitting in your seat and you're going to be entertained every second of that fight, and nobody knows how that fight's going to end." James Toney doesn't think that Shakur has what it takes to bring Davis down. James stated, "He's a good fighter, fast, got a little pop to his punches, but as long as he doesn't gotta see Tank, he'll be all right. I don't see anybody who has the power, who has the nuts to step in and exchange with him." Adrian Broder believes that Tank Davis is built differently, and he believes that he's got what it takes to take on everyone. Broner stated, "I think Tank has got what it takes to beat them all. That Stevenson will be his toughest match, but I still think Tank would pull it off. I think Tank would find a way to pull it off even though Shakur is one of the baddest fighters out there. His talent is different. I've seen it firsthand. It's different. It's some different shit going on with that kid. He's amazing, and I still feel like Tank will pull it off." Even Calvin Ford wanted to check Shakur after hearing him go off, and he claims that everyone knows Davis is different from them.
Only person I can really give salute to is Shakur because he grew up with us. You know, that's why I get on Shakur. You know, sometimes he changes his media, try to be that tough guy, big dad. Let's keep it real. We grew up together. Me and your grandfather, we cool. You know what I'm saying? But pure boxing. You know what I'm saying? They know Tank is different. You notice they don't say nothing like, You know what I'm saying? If you that dude, you gonna go. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that with Tank. They know Tank don't play like that. My mom told me, if it's beef, you know when it's beef with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we carry it like that. But we try to stay humble. This is a sport. But guys start to run their mouth and forget who they talking to.
Well, Shakur seems to like the possibility of fighting Davis or Devin Haney, but he believes that Davis is definitely the bigger fight for him. Shakur stated, "I think both Davis and Haney fights are great fights for me. Obviously, I think me and Tank is a bigger fight, but me and Dev is a fight where I could establish who I am as a fighter." Shakur isn't the biggest fan of Davis though, and he's mentioned that he's not going to watch Davis fight anymore. Shakur stated, "No, I ain't going to any more Tank fights. He be feeling himself. He be feeling himself too much." He tried to make it seem like that, but it didn't happen like that. It ain't personal. None of this is personal, it's business. Waiting for the time to happen. Well, Gervonta doesn't seem to have any respect for Shakur anymore.
Like, he throw shots and then want to be buddy-buddy. You know what I mean? Saying all this stuff on Twitter and then run in my locker room and want to take a picture and all that type of stuff. I bet. We ain't cool no more. Wait, none of that. That's it. That's what it is. You feel me? And niggas got to stand on it. That's why I'm in that mode now. Like, I ain't got no friends in this.
Me personally, I never heard him disrespect you as a man. Like,
saying I won't fight somebody disrespect me.
Like, he a bitch ass nigga. I never heard no shit like that.
But if you know me, you know, like, don't go on no internet talking about he wasn't dad stepping in the, what you mean I wasn't dad stepping in the ring with you?
Right.
That's disrespecting me.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, it is. It is.
Shakur doesn't think that Ryan Garcia had what it took to beat Davis, but he's admitted that Davis has definitely earned his star status. Shakur stated, "I felt like Tank looked sharp. He looked real sharp. He boxed real good. I think Ryan was like preschool. Ryan wasn't on that top level. When they speak about the 4 kings, all of the 4 kings were special, great fighters, and I don't think Ryan was on that kind of level. I don't think Ryan was that good. I ain't taking no credit away from Tank. Tank did what he was supposed to do, but Ryan just wasn't that. I'd love that fight. I think that's the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. You've got special fighters that come around. You got like a Michael Jordan that came around in his era. Then you got a LeBron James that came around in his era. But they weren't in the same era, so we never got to see them go against each other. This isn't the first time that the fighters have had beef though. Not long ago, Davis claimed that he had beaten Shakur and Haney during sparring. Davis stated, "Shakur gets a little hype from his fights and forgets who really runs this shit. You got the last one, right? That's the only person that can beat me, Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. They can't touch me at all. They, Shakur and Haney, all been in the ring with me, and I cracked both of them. He, Devin, didn't get the best of me. He didn't get the best of me. I sparred him twice. I almost knocked him out of Floyd's gym. Did they tell you that?" Well, Shakur had a different breakdown of what happened during their sparring session. Shakur stated, "First time sparring again after the Olympics. It was like 2 in the morning. It was on some 2 in the morning. We went like 20 minutes straight, I want to say. He had like 3 or 4 people with him, and I had just Africa, Richard Hitchens, riding with me. I don't remember if he had somebody recording. I didn't record it though for sure. Sparring was kept in the gym, and then I don't know what was going on at that point of time that he felt, and he went on the air and said something funny." Well, Shakur has always had plans to take on Davis, and he had one other fighter in mind at the end of the year. Shakur stated, "I'll probably fight Lomachenko. That could be after the fights Haney and I think that me and him could fight. I know Devin plans on going to 140 pounds. I'll probably fight him for a vacant title. After Lomachenko, I want to fight Tank. I want to fight Tank. That's who I would fight after Lomachenko if I could pick my year. I think that I'll be fighting for the top 3 on the pound-for-pound list. I just know I'm going to be one of the best young fighters, which I am in the sport of boxing. But I'm going to take my career to new heights. I'm ready for the big pay-per-view fights. I'm ready to see the big names. I don't want to come to this division and not fight the people that are supposed to be the people. I'm locked in. I'm going to show everybody why I'm the truth." If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.